Hello everyone, Fanta here, and you're watching Fantavision. Today we are discussing the Nintendo Switch once again. And that's just because, there's just these new topics that keep coming up about the system, and this topic is about ports coming to the Nintendo Switch. A lot of people are saying there are way too many ports for the Nintendo Switch. And I can see where they're coming from. Mario Kart 8 got a port, Hyrule Warriors is getting a port, you could argue Lego City Undercover is a port. We've got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze coming out as a port, Dark Souls, I already said Hyrule Warriors, LA Noire, Skyrim, Doom. There's lots of ports coming to this system. And a lot of people are saying that there's too many. And some people are saying, hey, bring all the ports you want because I didn't own a Wii U and most of the population didn't. And that's a fair argument. That's actually a great argument. And I like that people are having a chance to play these games again because they didn't, buy the last failure of a generation. But the thing is, and I want to look at, and before I dive into that, I do want to say that I like ports. Ports are not a bad thing. Like bringing Skyrim, LA Noire, even though it's kind of a pointless title to port to all the systems again. Doom, stuff like that, that is fine. Third-party ports are great. And even some first-party ports, and I'll dive into that in a second. But first, let's talk about games that really shouldn't have been ported. And let me tell you why. Now, Mario Kart 8, yes, it may have been on the Wii U. Yes, a lot of people probably didn't play it, and it's great that they brought it to the Switch. But that means there probably won't be another Mario Kart for this system. Let that sink in for a second. What do you mean, Fanta? Not another Mario Kart, but they haven't made a new one yet for the Switch. You're right, they haven't. But if you look at the pattern, there's only one Mario Kart per system. You only get one. All the way back to the Super Nintendo, you only get one. So with this one that we got, it was a port, which is unfortunate because I would love to see new characters, new stages, a new game. I want to see a new game. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get that because we got our Mario Kart game already. Same with any other port that we get. Donkey Kong Country, we got one for the Wii, we got one for the Wii U, and now they're porting the one that we got for the Wii U. Why didn't they just make a new one? How old is that game? Did you really not have time to develop a new a new Donkey Kong Country game? Seriously. It's a side-scroller. A fantastic side-scroller, but give us a new one. Why aren't you? I don't get it. And it's great that Breath of the Wild was a launch title for the Switch. It's fantastic. But it was also on the Wii U at the same time. It was launched on both systems. Which means that our wholly original Legend of Zelda game that we were promised on the Wii U, because the Wii U, technically, I don't know if we can count Breath of the Wild as its Zelda game, but it didn't have its original Zelda game until the Switch launched. And typically, you don't get too many Zelda games per system generation. Yeah, we got two on the N64. Yeah, we've gotten some on the DS. But if you look at it, we usually only get one per generation of home console. So that means, that means it could be our only Zelda game. Breath of the Wild could be the only Zelda game for the Switch this generation. And that's scary. It's scary knowing that most of these games that come out that are first-party titles from Nintendo are one-offs, and you only get one. And that's why it's so important that Nintendo makes their games perfect with the first one, because that's the only one you're going to get the whole generation. And so, I don't know, it's scary. It's really scary. They're going to come out with Metroid, a new Pokemon game this year, and they might port over Super Smash Bros. From the Wii U. I've heard rumors about that. Everyone's heard rumors about that. But if they don't make a new Smash Bros. And they really do port this one over, that's the only Smash Bros. We're getting for this console. So that means no unique Mario Kart for this console. Not really a unique Zelda game. It's so weird that it was like launch title, but also on the Wii U and the very beginning. So that means there's nothing to look forward to with Zelda. That's what I'm thinking. If there's another one, oh, thank God, that would be amazing. I would be so happy if they made another original Zelda game, but I just don't see it happening. And Smash Bros. So that would be 3 games that we'd not get an original title for. And Splatoon 2, basically a port of Splatoon 1. It's basically Splatoon 1.5. Everybody said this, and it's completely true. They didn't add nearly enough new that they needed, and they didn't fix most of the problems that Splatoon 1 had. That's because it's basically just a port with different maps. And it's got great new maps, it's got great new weapons. You could argue that that makes a whole new game, but there were so many features that people wanted that are still missing in that title that I'm scared that that's the only Splatoon game that's going to be on the Switch, you know? Because that's what Nintendo does. They only make one copy of these games. And I'm hoping the Mario Party game that eventually comes out for the Switch is good, because it's going to be... Actually, you know what? That's the one series that doesn't kind of follow that trend, is Mario Party. Because there was Mario Party 8 and 9 on the Wii, and then the Wii U only had 10. No, 9 and 10 were on the Wii U? I don't know. I haven't been keeping track of Mario Party since 8, because they've all been just complete garbage since then. So there's that trend of very limited first-party titles on each system. I mean, we've even had we've already had the Mario game. I mean, we've had the 3D Mario game. I mean, you could argue there's 2 Super Mario Galaxies on the Wii, but on the Wii U, there's only Super Mario 3D World. So we might get a side-scrolling Mario game? I don't know. Mario's kind of a mixed bag of what you're going to get, but you usually only get 1 or 2 titles that are 3D Mario games per generation. So that scares me too. We're already halfway through that. So it's going to be interesting to see how Nintendo keeps up with this precedence that they've already set for this Nintendo Switch. For the Nintendo Switch. And I'm not sure if they'll be able to, because they launched so many games that first year, which was great. Don't get me wrong. I'm super happy about that. But 2018 is just a giant question mark. And I'm worried that people are going to get burnt out, especially when they start charging for online, which, like I talked about in another video, I don't see how that helps Nintendo. I don't see the value in buying the online when there's only a couple games that are good for it. I don't know. It scares me. It scares me to see all these ports, but I also love to see all these ports. Can you imagine if they ported over Grand Theft Auto 5? Like, that'd be crazy, right? I mean, I'm kind of surprised they haven't talked about that yet. I mean, that game prints money for Rockstar. And you could say, well, that's not going to run on the Switch. It ran on the 360 and PS3. I'm pretty sure it's going to run on the Switch. So, thanks for watching, guys. That's my thoughts on all the ports for the Switch. I'm happy about a lot of these. I mean, I'm happy that they brought over a lot of stuff that was not on this system. I mean, Rocket League, you could argue, was like, well, that's a multi-plat game, but you could argue that, you know, Skyrim, fantastic port. What a great game. But first-party titles, we need sequels. We need new ones. More original content. That's what I want. And Mario and Zelda are a great start. Make another one. Make another Mario Kart. It'll sell crazy. I know it will. Thanks for watching, everyone. Comment down below if you guys are afraid about all these ports or you're happy about them because you didn't have a Wii U like most people. And if you think that my theory about the one game per console will hold up for the Switch, especially with these ports. Because there weren't that many ports on the Wii U, and there weren't that many ports for the Wii. There were a couple, don't get me wrong. So we'll see what happens. And, you know, like the video if you guys liked it, subscribe for more content, and I just want you guys to always have a fantastic day. See you guys.